Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video I'm going to attempt to make some sourdough bread. It's my first time ever making sourdough. So I just wanted to record the process and take you guys along for the ride. So I have some sourdough starter that was gifted to me by my sister. She be making sourdough bread. Check her out at Kiki Bakes. So I have the starter, and first step, we're gonna take the starter and we're going to dissolve it in some water. So we have our water. And our starter. For the starter, we obviously are gonna use less than the amount that we originally had, but that leftover amount becomes the base for our new starter. So that way we just keep having more and more starter to make sourdough bread. The starter is dissolved in the water, and this is what it looks like. Then we add in our flour until it's all incorporated and we have like a dough. The dough's gonna look kind of shaggy and ugly like this, but that's okay. And we're going to cover and let it rest for 30 minutes. Cover with plastic wrap. Next, we add some salt and some more water and incorporate that into the dough. So I did mess up a little. I misread the directions for the amount of water to put in, so I put in too much water, but I tried to fix it by adding some more flour, so hopefully that worked, and we'll see if it's all right. But after this step, your dough should be a little more smooth, and we're going to cover it and let it rest for an hour. Now it's time to do some stretch and folds, and essentially we are just gonna take the dough, stretch it, and then fold it. And then we're gonna turn 90 degrees and do that again. Stretch it and then fold it. And then we're gonna do that 4 times. We're gonna let it rest for 30 minutes, then we're gonna do it again. Next we have coil folds. To do these, we lift the dough up from the side. Let it hang. And then we just flip it over. And then we're going to rotate 90 degrees and do that again. And do that, rotate 2 more times to do all 4 times, let it rest for 30 minutes, then do it again. Then after our last coil fold, we're going to let our dough bulk ferment for a few hours. It really depends on the temperature that the dough is, but usually a couple hours, it will finish bulk fermenting. You'll know it'll get big and kind of jiggly. And then after that, we'll check in on the dough. So it's been about 6 or 7 hours and the bulk fermentation is done. You can see it is pretty jiggly and there are bubbles on the surface of the dough. Now that the dough is done proofing, we're going to put it on the surface with some flour and we're going to stretch it out into a rectangle shape. Now we're going to perform a letter fold, and we're going to fold one side into the middle, other side into the middle, and then roll our dough ball up. Now we're going to shape our dough ball, and to that, we're going to push the dough up and then pull it back. And we're going to keep repeating that until the dough becomes nice and tight. Now we're going to let the dough rest for about 10 minutes. Normally this would be about half an hour, but since it's pretty late here, we're just gonna go with 10 minutes. You can put your bowl on top of the dough. Now we're going to take our dough and flip it. And pull the edges into the center to reshape it again. Then after we push it together, we're gonna flip it again and then do some more of our push and pulls. Then we put it into our Banneton basket seam side up. Had my sister help me do it because it's a quick move, advanced technique. So she had to step in and do that for me. So we're going to let the dough rest again another 5 minutes or so, and then we're going to stitch it. Now we're going to stitch our dough. We're going to take some pinches on opposite sides and cross them over. We're going to go across the whole loaf. Now we put our little cap on and we put our dough to bed in the fridge. It is now time to bake our bread. So we have our Dutch oven preheating in the oven, and now it's time to transfer our dough to our little baking mat. Look at that. Now we're going to score the bread. We're going to do a little wheat design and then one big score to as the expansion score, so that when it bakes, it'll expand and have room to expand. Into the oven, it will go covered for about 25 minutes. Our first bake is done, and now we're going to take the top off, drop the temperature of the oven, and put it back in for another 15 minutes. Our loaf is done baking, and you'll know when it's done baking when you flip it over and you knock on the bottom. It should sound hollow or like you're knocking on wood. And now we let it rest until it's completely cooled, which will take a couple hours. So the sourdough bread is finally done resting, means that we can eat it. Before I cut it open into it, just the final look on how it came out. Now I'm gonna cut a slice and try it. Okay, so here's a small slice that I cut. It's looking pretty good. Try it out. Wow, it tastes super delicious. I'm really happy with the way that it came out. I was a little nervous about the whole process, thought I might have messed up too much, but it came out really, really, really good. Thank you for watching and following me along on this little experiment journey. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.